Kia ora, Sagittarius. This is your reading for the new moon in Virgo, which is happening as we literally speak, or tonight. Of course, it reverberates, doesn't it? And let's just get your cards out. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for your subscribes, likes, shares, and comments. And take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a storyline for you, Sagittarius. We've put a rock, mineral and crystal card face down for you. We'll pull it out at the end of this reading, and we do go through and clarify. So thanks for joining me. Welcome in. We come out here with a pretty explosive card, you could say, but I liken it to being sort of infused with new insights and ideas and new ways of doing things. We get the tower. We get the beautiful tower coming out. We've got the Eye of Shiva, or, sometimes we dismantle our own towers that we create, and sometimes they're just sort of inadvertently blown apart. But in the process, we do have and can gain a lot of amazing insight into what's next, where we're going, how we're going to do it. So it's a wonderful thing. We then have you, Sagittarius, coming out quite strongly, the Queen of Wands, this powerful queen. We don't necessarily, even if we dismantle the tower ourselves, we don't necessarily leave all of our memories behind. Of course, memory is memory. The Queen has her familiar here, and that familiar animal reminds her of all of those hurdles, like you see people jumping over hurdles. It's pretty amazing. All the hurdles that have been overcome for her to get to queendom. It's all about action. It's all about the will, divine will, our connection, our relationship also with our own sense of purpose and action and drive. So it's quite powerful, feels quite powerful here, Sagittarius. We then come to, and as I said, we do go through and clarify, we come to the Nine of Wands. In the Thoth deck, it's called Strength. Because this ninth wand, which we see the lunar force and solar at the top, this ninth wand is sort of, there's a level of tension in this card which requires strength. The 8 wands we see in the background, wanting this movement, wanting to be able to fly off and send their messages out there freely with no restriction. The Nine of Wands can also be likened to sort of wounded character, wounded fighter, warrior, shield maiden, always defending, actually always doing that because it's a habit. It's a habit from the past, and it becomes automatic and default. We look at that and say, well, does that happen in my life? We all have that sort of archetype of the wounded warrior. And then, beautiful stuff. We've got Mercury coming in, going direct, going very much direct in your life. We've got the Magician, the Magus. We've got our hand on the wand, and we know how to use it, Sagittarius. So let's go through the wand of our will. For want of a better word, the ability to manifest in our world. So let's look at the tower, the beautiful tower. And we can, and we do create in this tangible world. And we are yet again, the Queen of Pentacles, the great queen of that we can create those things which we want. We build them in our brick and mortar world with this beautiful queen. That's what we're doing. We're picking a few parts of that tower, we're dismantling a little bit here and there, and we're going to rebuild that because we have new sight as to what we need. Maybe Sagittarius. Let's look at the Queen of Wands. Sagittarius. It's quite a strong reading. Queen of Wands. Clarifying this powerhouse driven, ego driven, yep, because we need that. But a strong female principle here, as is the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is a great manager and distribution. We take what those crops have given us via the Prince of Pentacles, his efforts in the sowing, or her efforts in the sowing. As a knight, we take that and we distribute it out. We do this Queen's bidding. We're actually channeling it through that Queen of Wands. We are seeing it coming up in front of us, and it does smell, and it is the shape of whatever it was that we were needing and wanting, if that makes sense, Sagittarius. With the Knight of Pentacles, we also have a beautiful gift of very ultimate and expansive love, and that is a gift coming through to us that we can use. We can utilize that within this creating of, whether it's a different or new tower, place to be. Make the windows a bit bigger. I don't know, plant whatever we want. Ace of Cups, be open to that which is coming through, because you are very adept at this time and translating that and working with it in the tangible world, very much so. Okay, if that makes sense, let's go through. Nine of Wands, Sagittarius. This Nine of Wands, is it a there's a sort of level of, there's a level of surrendering to that, to understanding that Nine of Wands and how it operates within ourselves, Sagittarius. Because we see here the Page of Swords. As I always say with this page, the machinations of power and how it works. How does it work within you? How does it work within me? How does it work between us? With group, with others. How well entwined and woven is it with our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, is what this Page of Swords is all about. Learning that, understanding it, understanding how it works. And there's a surrendering to that and accepting that, because we need to, in order to move through it and to allow it to move through us. When we are in that adolescent Page of Swords state, we need to surrender, and we do. We have the Star. This is a healing outcome, a healing process. There's so many things within the Star. It's such a beautiful card, and very much an Aquarian card. To be planted firmly on this earth, but to really be like a conduit that connects to the star world, to that cosmic world also. So it's beautiful. Let's see, Sagittarius. We're looking at Tahuti, the great mercurial Magus here, with, as I said, your hand. Oops, we're getting far too many cards. With your hand holding that wand. Everything is at hand or on hand for you. Spiritual insights, maybe, that are personal to you. I'm not talking religion. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Do I need to talk about that? Yeah. An illumination of sorts is occurring. We get the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant to me, it used to be like the Pope, the church ran the state. Spiritual information given. But I don't really see it like that. It's, to me, I see this card as a mentor. Someone maybe that you have that in your life is a sort of mentor person, a guidance, but also your own self-driven, could you say, personal growth, with the addition of sort of spiritual growth at the same time. Maybe they occur in unison, who knows? But so we get given a key. We have everything on hand here, Sagittarius. I just want to get one more card for that Hierophant with the Magus, because that's quite a good position. We've got the Eight of Cups. To clarify, Hierophant and the Magician. A level of objectivity. We've created that buffer zone around ourselves on an emotional sort of psychic level as well, because that allows us to not be swayed too much, prevented by one's emotion, by the emotional self. It's a good position to be in. Certainly the Eight of Cups is applying critical thinking or rational mind upon your emotional body. It's quite helpful if you are working with a lot of people, if you have to deal with a lot of people. This is a requirement. And maybe there's a desire to not be having to do that all the time. It's not a disconnection. It's just a, how would you say? It's just being more objective. And we need to create that space. It's that space around us. It's a protective buffer. So anyway, Sagittarius, let's get a Brian Proud Pixie and Fairy. Just to sum this up, just to sum this reading up for Sagittarius, please. Just one or two cards is whoops, is not like 20. Fine, thank you. Hang on a minute, Sagittarius. Yeah, there's far too many. So we'll just see what jumps. Just one. Yeah. We're starting to Losguna. We're starting to see around our local area. We're able to pull ourselves out of a sedentary, maybe it's a gumboot and mud, whatever it is, pull it out, and then we can get moving and actually see and rediscover things. rediscover things, Sagittarius, that we hadn't forgotten about, but we just were distracted by other things. So Losguna gets moving again. Blip, blip, blip. And there's a lot of joy in that, in rediscovering your local environment, your zone, your neighbourhood, you know. With that, we have the fawn. This is about friendship. It is about counterparts. We see a kind of reflected image here. Yeah, counterparts, connections, friendships. That's all really positive. So now we come to the rock, mineral, and crystal card. Let's see what it is. I don't know what it is either. Oh, Sagittarius, we get this for you. Many times we have got this lapis lazuli, is the way I say it, and I always see it as a Sagittarian kind of stone. Prophetic dreams, releasing anger, serenity and grace is yours. Carry this in your mind's eye, or carry some with you over the next week or two, or whatever. Beautiful, beautiful lapis lazuli for you, Sagittarius. Take good care. Enjoy this new moon. Enjoy this new moon. Hopefully we can see it up there tonight. Well, we won't, because it'll be dark. It'll be a dark, dark night before we see the little sliver of silver at some point during the week. So enjoy the new moon week. We'll see you next time, Sagittarius. Ka kite, bye.